Today, we're going to be checking out Kingdom 3560, and this is part 2 of the most crazy KVK 4 I've probably ever seen. Yesterday, we checked out 3560's opponents, and today we'll be checking out 3560. But before we get into the video, we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so if you could please subscribe to the channel, I'll help me very much. Apparently, 64% of my viewers are not subscribed, so if that's you, click that sub button, and let's get into this. So 3560 has 10.8 billion power. Now it's a little bit lower than 3535, but that just means that 3560 will get more allies in KVK 4, so it will balance itself out. We got the Crimson Rose here. Now let's take a look at their alliance members. We start with Haydn, the king. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but 76 million power, 2.8 billion KP. Starting off strong. Now, I know a couple players in this alliance, so hopefully we'll be able to see them in this video. And we got Daddy Dog, 80 million power, 2.3 billion KP. We got J Moles, 102 million power, 4 billion KP. We got TMNT, 80 million power, 3 billion KP. We got Blossom, 148 million power, 12 billion KP. Now, I think this is top 2 strongest players in the kingdom, if I had to guess. We got Grumpy Bomber here, 83 million power, 8.4 billion KP. Now this is one of the players I know, so Shadow Bomber. We got Robin Mate, 61 million power, 857 million KP. And we got a farm. We'll skip that. We got Holy, 79 million power, 1.7 billion KP. What's that picture from? I recognize that. We got Joe here, 68 million power, 1 billion KP. Now, I believe everyone in R3 is a new migrant. I'm not 100% sure. That's what someone told me. I guess we'll see. If you know, put it down in the comments. We got Tarek here, 67 million power, 1 billion KP. We got Sensui, 57 million power, 700 million KP. We got Tem, 83 million power, 1 billion KP. So far, some really strong migrants. Now, I believe both 35 and 60 have migration tickets open, so their kingdoms will get a little bit stronger. We got Nat here, 78 million power, 1.5 billion KP. We got Perfect, 59 million power, 1.1 billion KP. We got Serbian, 56 million, 1.4 billion. We got Five Freddy, 64 million, 584 million KP. And Ted, 73 million, 884 million KP. We got King Price, 103 million power, 1 billion KP. Now, these two alliances are crazy for KVK 4. They would probably, if they go to KVK 5 right at this moment, they'll be an A seed, which is insane. But they'll still get migration before KVK 5. But that is crazy to me. We got Greyness here, 53 million power, 871 million KP. Now, I'm super excited to spectate this KVK. 1 billion here. I'm going to be doing it on my live stream once the fighting starts. It's going to be awesome. I am so hyped for this. We got 10 here, 83 million power, 1.1 bill. We got Ming, 63 million power, 1.3 bill. We got Baiki, the new commander, 30 million power, 1.1 billion KP. We got Queen Killjoy, 99 million power, 1.1 billion KP. We got Salty God, 78 million power, 1.5 billion. We got Flames, 61 million power, 837 million KP. Not Straws, 65 million power, 1 billion KP. Okay. Looks like a pretty young account. We got Straws again. What? So Straws has 2 accounts. Okay. This one is 143 million, 2.2 billion KP. That's crazy. That's VIP. We have Vitten, 100 million power, 1.8 billion KP. We got Eco, 98 million power, 1.1 billion. We got 2 Yenon, 70 million power, 1.86 billion KP. We got Thea, 60 million power, 653 million KP. We got Infamous, 71 million power, 888 million KP. We got Jimmy Mick, 58 million power, 1.6 billion KP. We got Amba, 82 million power, 1.3 billion KP. Aventus, I think he's another super strong player. Oh, but he doesn't have a lot of KP. I think I heard this player, and yeah, he hasn't fought a lot, but If you have an account like this, you can easily drop 1 to 2 billion KP in 1 KVK. So I'm not a big fan of the word deadweight because they're deadweight until they fight, you know? I mean, we'll see. I'm sure this account's gonna go up 2 billion in this next KVK. That's how crazy this KVK is gonna be. We got Uchiha Itachi, 71 million power, 1.8 billion KP. And that is it for the new migrants. Then we got R2 and R1. Looking at Toby. Oh, there's Blackstone there. If you don't know, Blackstone has an insane account. He also drops by my YouTube live stream every once in a while. So shout out Blackstone. Let's look at Toby first. 71 million power, 773 million KP. We got Honda Dirty, 48 million power, 234 million KP. We got Blackstone, 136 million, 6.5 billion KP. By the gods. I think he has like 4 marches, full iconic 5. His account's insane. Absolutely insane. And I asked him if he was the strongest player in his kingdom, and he says there's 2 people stronger than him probably. Blossom and someone else. I don't quite remember the name, but I guess I'll recognize it if I see it. Roku, 92 million power, 3.5 billion KP. We have Mazi, 60 million power, 382 million KP. We have Malone, 58 million power, 272,000 KP. Oh. Million, not 1,000. Million, not 1,000. Why did I say 1,000? That's way more than 1,000. I'm sorry, Malone. That's crazy. Okay, we got Silati, Sitalali, 61 million power, 240 million KP. We have Radu, 91 million power, 3.7 billion KP. Almost said million there. Billion. We have Dangerous Croco, 57 million power, 435 million KP. We have Sparta with 61 million power, 387 million KP. But Bella Boy, 76 million power, 8.6 billion KP. With Zane, 68 million power, 527 million KP. We got Cham, 64 million power, 299 million KP. We got Trance 2, 96 million power, almost 3 billion KP. The Strong Doge is the profile. We got Jubber, 88 million power, 1.2 billion. We got a Kushcat, 46 million, 278 million KP. But I Am As If, 50 million power, 275 million KP. The Realist Warrior with 78 million power, 656 million KP. With J Moles, 68 million power, 455 million KP. Have I chatted with this person? No, I just recognize the name. We had Dr. Walters, 58 million power, 314 million KP with the Mignon. We had Apocalypse, 50 million power, 223 million KP with another Mignon. We had Zero, 76 million power, 1 billion KP. Okay. We had Chill Please with 79 million power, 4.1 billion KP. We got Pirate, 85 million power, 5.2 billion KP. That's a strong count too. We got Nikto, oh, 20 billion KP, 98 million power. That's crazy. We got Try Zero, 50 million power, 308 million KP. I wish they had their KVK stats not hidden. 90 million dads, 90 billion, 90 million. But Yasu, 52 million power, 528 million KP. I think that's like a good standard by this KVK. If you have like 10 times your power in KP, I think I'm close to that. We have Frosty here, 96 million power, 2.2 billion. We got Valari, 92 million, 2.4 billion. We got KSR, 68 million, 1.4 billion KP. We got Salil, 65 million, 331 million KP. We have Badger 60, 44 million, 880 million KP. We have Phony, Puny, 45 million power, 337 million KP. We have Hung Then Fast, 91 million power, 6.2 billion KP. We have Hossman, 71 million power, 684 million KP. Ignore that. I don't know what I just said. We have Haas, 62 million power, 303 million KP. It's Sultan Avrang, 119 million power, 1.2 billion KP. Get the Luffy profile. We got Freeze here, 60 million power, 228 million KP. We got Bagel, 80 million power, 2 billion KP. We got Agent Stern, 84 million power, 4 billion KP. Stats are hidden though. We got Alice, 75 million power, 1.3 billion KP. We got Libra, 155 million, 13.6 billion KP. That is a lot. Oh my god, 122 million units killed. Pretty old account, but still. We got Invictus, 58 million power, 197 million KP. We got PT, 100 million power, 759 million KP. We got Horizon, 72 million power, 1 billion KP. We got Snake, 53 million power, 155 million KP. We got Alex, 80 million power, 2.4 billion KP. We got Mr. Ziz, 85 million power, 4.6 billion KP. You got El Nari W Raven. I agree. 73 million power, 3.7 billion. Have I messed that up this video? Billions and millions? I don't think I have. I think I'm doing good. We have Purgatory, 55 million power, 313 million KP. We got Reaper Jr., 62 million, 577 million. We got Spectro, 61 million, 342 million KP. We got Asia, 85 million, 405 million KP. We got Albedo, 90 million, 11.2 billion KP. So far, I've been right. Whoever has this profile picture with the double cannons has a lot of KP. Maybe that's how you unlock it, but I have no clue. 190 million units killed. That's crazy. But how? 46 million KP. Okay, I just messed it up. 46 million power. 204 million KP. My bad. We got Lewis, 56 million power, 377 million KP. We got Cody, 41 million power, 236 million KP. We got Kanki, 61 million power, 345 million KP. We got Petrick Prime, 90 million power, 3.6 billion KP. We got Yuno, 60 million power, 601 million KP. We got Himaru, 57 million power, 689 million KP. We got Siri Java, 58 million power, 266 million KP. We got Codex, 192 million power, 20 billion KP. I think this is the other strongest account in the server, in the kingdom. 196 million was killed. Look at that healing to killed ratio, by the way. That's like 2.5%. That is a crazy account. 20 billion KP, 154 million deads, highest power 500 mil. What in the world? What in the world? Oh my god, look at that rally. Was that his city? I don't even know what that is, I'm not gonna lie. That's a lot of troops, a lot of KP. 11 million units dead in 1 KVK. Oh my god. We got Max here, 50 million power, 400 million KP. We got Dusk, 54 million power, 551 million KP. We got Sven, 78 million power, 555 million KP. We got KVB, 36 million power, 100 million KP. We got Nexon, 79 million power, 1 billion KP. We got Sub, 45 million power, 313 million KP. I know Sub, right? Yeah. I saw his marches. He's doing pretty good. We got Ranmori, 69 million power, 232 million KP. We're at K Chao Thoi, 39 million power, 506 million KP. We got Mr. MF Shelby, 42 million power, 127 million KP. We got Shri, 44 million power, 246 million KP. We got Monster, 79 million power, 413 million KP. We got Koku, 71 million power, 616 million KP. We got Dawn here, 71 million power, 2.7 billion KP. We got Schizo, 91 million power, 1.1 billion KP. We got Blossom, another Blossom account, 78 million power, 2 billion KP. We got Janus, 64 million power, 747 million KP. Wait, Event to Die, 49 million power, 206 million KP. We got Blake, 105 million power, 6 billion KP. Another profile picture, double cannon. And they have a lot of KP. Yeah, Wahenda, 121 million power, 14 billion KP. Okay. We got El Presidente 3, 47 million power, 272 million KP. We had Gelenter, 46 million power, 235 million KP. We had Volcanius, 37 million power, 123 million KP. We got Poseidon here, 48 million power, 203 million KP. We got the Mignon. We have Bison the 8th, 60 million power, 533 million KP. We got Fei Zhao, 64 million power, 340 million KP. Almost done. We got Elfond, 59 million power, 736 million KP. We got Pollock, 45 million power, 273 million KP. We got Shone, 58 million power, 1.1 billion KP. Okay. We got Hugh, 48 million power, 351 million KP. We got Eldrick Terror. Ooh. Champion above. Let's go. 76 million power, 443 million KP. We got Esquire here. 56 million power, 509 million KP. Nine-tailed Fox. 54 million power, 231 million KP. Almost said it wrong. We got 69 million power here, 338 million KP. You got Voltron. Agent Perry. 83 million power, 5.1 billion KP. And I'm doing so good this video. Like, I haven't messed up that much. We had Cuvan, 91 million power, 11.4 billion. We got Sorlist, 39 million power, 200 million KP. We got Floki, I know Floki, 52 million power, 362 million KP. We got Power Tautos, 46 million power, 162 million KP. We got Sin, 75 million power, 17.5 billion KP. Okay. 17.5 bill. A lot of high billion KP players. We got Bunny, 40 million power, 325 million KP. We got Warlord, 49 million power, 323 million KP. We got Clust here, 59 million power, 326 million KP. Number 2 in the world. Champions above. That's kind of crazy. We got Uncle Madara, 54 million power, 252 million KP. We got Frank, 54 million power, 224 million KP. And it's Beast Mofo, 61 million power, 726 million KP. And yeah, looks very strong. Now, who do I think is going to win? That is the question. Obviously, I know people in both kingdoms, so no hard feelings. Whoever I pick, who's gonna win? Who's gonna win? Who's stronger? It definitely does come up to KVK allies. It does depend on that. 35-35 has more power and more KP. And it's not even pre-KVK yet, so there's no training day. I'm trying to think. Put down in the comments who you got winning. I think I'm gonna go for 35-35 winning the whole thing, the KVK. But it's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna last like 2 to 4 days easily, maybe more. No flame to 35-60 though. You guys are super strong, and honestly it could go either way. It really could. Definitely depends on KVK allies, KVK map, activity, training day. I guess we'll see. I'm super excited to watch. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and peace.